No, they shouldn't. They really, really shouldn't. Because if you want LeBron, you should want him because of his gate attraction, his marquee, the money that he'll bring to the local economy and stuff like that, because he is King James, okay? And we know what he brings. But as a basketball team, they're so young and they're competitive and they're considerably cheaper. And more importantly, you know, you're Dan Gilbert. Let's face reality. He never has, and nor will he ever have the greatest relationship with LeBron. It was a business arrangement. That's why LeBron ended up going back, because, listen, it was in his best interest to go and deliver on a promise he had made to the city from the time that he got drafted. And Gilbert, after all of that nonsense he said about LeBron James, ain't no coming back from that. We all understand that. But I want to do a favor for LeBron James and his peeps here right now. LeBron James ain't thinking about leaving the Los Angeles Lakers to go to Cleveland or anywhere else. And in fairness to LeBron James, his history has been his team being competitive and at least in championship contention before he departed. That was the case when he departed Cleveland. It was the case when he departed Miami. They lost in the finals, okay? Now he's in Los Angeles, okay? So it's not like these stories, and this is the thing that where I, like I said, usually I can be critical of this man, free throws or selective perimeter shots when he should go to the hole or whatever. But you don't hear me talk about his character because I don't think there's anything to denigrate, okay? And I've never done that, and I'm never going to do that to that brother because I think he's a great, great man. But this is the thing that really irks my nerves. Who wouldn't want to play with their son? If your son could ball and you had an opportunity to play with your son, that's all LeBron James is talking about. He's saying, look, man, if my son is good enough to get in the league, anywhere he went, I would want to be there. Now, there are some people who were cynics. And they were like, well, he's saying that to get his son in the league because right now he ain't projected to be some first-round pick. So if you sit up there and say, I'm going to come wherever my son goes, that makes him all of a sudden incredibly attractive because somebody can get LeBron James. I didn't take it that way at all. I took it on face value and with LeBron meaning exactly what he said. Who would, if I had a son and I was in LeBron James' position and my son, I thought, had the potential to be in the NBA and I could last long enough to be a Ken Griffey Jr. with a Ken Griffey Sr., okay? Something along those lines. And I could pull that off, I would jump at that. And I don't think there's anything remotely wrong with LeBron saying that, nor does that mean that he's plotting to leave the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't believe that to be the case. I just say he should think about it because the way they look right now, the future don't look too damn bright for them. That's my personal opinion. But I didn't say he said that. So that's where I'm at.
Hey, Swagoo, it's good to be on the show with you again, my friend.
What up?
You gave me so much there, though, Stephen A.
Sure. You're giving me a lot with the pink on your cheeks, too, to go with your outfit. You're giving me a lot. You give me a lot, too. All right, I feel you.
Listen, LeBron James' character, A1. Thank you, Swagoo.
That's right.
A1, we trust his character. However, from you, the notion that wanting to play with his son as a sincere desire, but also knowing the power of his platform and who he is, the idea that those are separate things to me, I am surprised that you would go there and be so altruistic in that approach. Call me the cynic.
Yes.
Because as soon as the comments were made, first thing I did, class of 2023, ranked 43 according to ESPN.com, that would be one Bronny James. So to me, not that he can't excel, but there is some work to do on his end.
No question.
If he's going to be an NBA
player. That's what
player.
I've been told.
But I took all of it. All of it worked together. Yes, he sincerely would like to do that, and that would be very special. He has given his life to the game of basketball, and his family has also sacrificed. But also, I'm LeBron, and I'm going to say what I want and see how this can positively affect my desire. They work together, no?
Well, you could say, before you go, Swagoo, you could say it works together, but here's the disaster for LeBron. And I'm not, listen, I want to preface my comments by saying I've never seen Bronny play. On purpose. Because his father is so huge.
Never will have.
If you put him in that spotlight, I think it's so unfair to a kid. And I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I'm just your humble old Stephen A. But if I walk into a gymnasium where Bronny James is, everybody knows why the hell I'm there. So I'm not trying to hang out with Drake. Everybody knows what time it is. So I'm not trying to do that. But I will say this. It doesn't look good for LeBron if he pushes for his son and his son doesn't measure up. And so what I'm saying, that's why I believe he's sincere when he says, I want to play. LeBron doesn't strike me as somebody that wants to gas up his son if he doesn't believe his son is worth it. If he believes that his son would in no way measure up to being just an NBA player, to being worthy of being a first-round pick, I don't think LeBron does that. I don't think he puts Bronny in that situation because we all recognize, at the very least, he's a damn good father, actively involved with his son, and he wouldn't do that. So I don't believe that.
I'm going to tee this up to you, but the one thing that I will say, Stephen A., is the idea that this timeline is going to be perfect in terms of Bronny being a one-and-done type player may not come to fruition. Look at the path. We'll go legacy. Gary Payton Jr., right? Look at the path that he's had to go. We don't know, Swagoo, how Bronny will pan out. And so if, by chance, yes, he's an NBA player by someone's estimation, but maybe not someone else's, I just think having his dad give him the vote of confidence matters, and so it works together, Swagoo.
Yeah, let's be real, y'all. We see our kids a lot better than most people do. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen Bronny James play. He don't look like an NBA player to me right now. Now, that doesn't mean he can't progress into that. But based on these cats that I'm seeing in high school, I saw Zion Williams in high school. That looked like an NBA player to me. I saw Anthony Davis in high school. That looked like an NBA player to me. Bronny can play, and I'm here to cast no shade on Bronny's ability. He can hoop, but Bronny not even the best player on Sierra Canyon's team when we start talking about the NBA. Now, LeBron being his father obviously plays a role into his opportunity getting into the NBA with relationships and the ability to get better because he's going to be exposed to the best you have in order to get good enough or better in order to make an NBA roster or have a chance to get an NBA trial. Now, to the question, should the Cavaliers want LeBron to return? Always.
Defense here. Oh, we got a push off there. It's going the other way. A foul on Raymar Pryor. Ball down low, double team. Kicks it out to Bronny James for three. Bronny James gets the three-pointer to fall. To Bronny James for three. Bronny James gets it to Bronny. Bronny with the pull-up. Bronny is wet tonight. 15-point game now. It was 20 at one point. Bronny for three. That at the moment is Bronny James with the steal. Bronny James goes coast to coast, layup and in! To make game-like moves with his vertical. Bronny making moves and gets the layup. He keeps it simple. Nice move there by Bronny! Third foul for Bronny. And then he follows up with the finish. And it's in that category. So the crowd